Welcome to the Forever Better Academy podcast, where you will be given the principles, tools, and techniques to reach the next stage on your journey of self-mastery. Who could you become? I'm your host, Wade Vincent.
Hey guys, thank you for being here today. As they say, all good things must come to an end. And today is the final episode of the Forever Better Academy podcast, episode 100. And I wanted to use this to really make an impact and difference in people's lives. And I thought a nice place to wrap it all together is the 100th episode. So for those of you that have been here since the very first episode, thank you so much. And anyone who has joined along the way and listened to any of the episodes and got something from the episodes, thank you for being here. So what I really wanted to do right from the beginning, if you haven't really dived into any of the older episodes or understood my story and why I'm doing this, it's very much I spent the last 7 years of my life learning the tools and techniques and principles that have changed my life immensely, and exactly what I share with you every week on the podcast, right? These are not things that I'm assuming or I think might work. These are the very things that have made material impact in my life and brought me to the wonderful place that I'm at right now. So, help me become the best version of myself at this current point. And I wanted to really create the podcast to help pay it forward, right? So I wanted to not just take those things that had been shared with me and those blessings that I had received from the wonderful mentors and people that had shared what had worked for them. There's something you never should keep to yourself, right? As they say, a rising tide lifts all ships. So if you can share things that have been impactful and made a difference in your life, it's important to do so. So that was the premise behind the podcast itself. Now, on a side note, I will still be creating Forever Better Academy content. I will still be making videos. Just the podcast, I think, is at a point where now I feel happy with the all the detail and information and everything that I've put together over the last 2 years, and looking forward to getting into some different and new projects on the side that I have planned. So stay tuned for that. So I think it'd be nice to really go through today the things that you're here for, right? The things that are going to make that impact and help you to change and become the best version of yourself you can be. And the thing is, right, some of the learnings that I'm most certain of, right, is the world is always going to test you, no matter whether you like it or not, right? Now, and test your resolve, and so it should, right? No one who did anything great in the history of humanity didn't go through challenges, right? Every single man and woman and young child that has achieved incredible things against the odds has done it through their courage and adversity and pushing through challenges, right? It's what pushes us and draws the best out of us, right? That's how we excel. We can't know the true limits of our potential without challenging our current perceived limitations, right? And when the world throws these challenges at you, you should always think, why is this happening for me? Not why is this happening to me, right? And you can use those, right? Use those challenges to help boost and rise up your ability, right? It's important to remember those things and not get defeated or deflated and give up at the first sign of struggle or challenge. Those are the things that are going to help you become the best version of yourself, right? Now, something that I think is important that I need to share, and these, as I say, these are the things that I am most certain of. These are the approach and the framework as I say, that has served me so well to take me from driving trucks and earning $50,000 a year, struggling, not having a good relationship with my friends and family. I was selfish. I didn't, have a good relationship, or as good as I could have, with my loved ones, my kids and my wife, and I didn't have purpose. I was lost, right? I needed direction, and it was not so much that I wasn't capable. And this is key, right? All of us are capable. Every single one of us. What it comes down to is having the right tools, the right framework, the right understanding, concepts and ideas and approach, and the way to do things. And these things have been tried and tested by countless people, right? All of the information and these tools and techniques and principles that I'm sharing with you guys are things that I have spent 7 years pulling apart and dissecting and looking at the people that have achieved things that I wanted to achieve and have done great things, and I've spent that time pulling apart and finding those commonalities and those traits and approaches that all of those people have in common and utilize, so that you don't have to go and look and do that work. I'm giving you those tools so you know the right framework, the right approach, the things that you can do that will deliver the same outcomes and results for you in your own journey, right? Now, as I say, back to the point I'm saying that I really want to stress is, you are more than enough, right? Everything that you need to succeed and achieve anything that you want to achieve in your life, it already exists within you. I promise you, right? I know for me, the only real limitation was knowing how to approach life and the right mindset, and the little shifts in behavior and ideas and the way that I did things had immense impact. And all of that information was the approach that anyone can follow. But the desire came from within, right? And if you're here with me now and you're watching this episode or you're listening to the podcast, you already have that desire. You're here for that same reason. You want to become the best version of yourself. And when you have that desire, that's the seed that births it all. All you have to do from this moment is take those tools and do the work. Right? The desire is 90% of it, right? If you believe and you know and you're committed with not an ounce of doubt in your heart, and you know who you want to be, you can get there. All of us can. Every single one of us. There is no person that is so disadvantaged that they don't have the option to improve. I promise you, right? No matter what your situation, your background, your scenario, where you currently are, there's all different levels that we start at, but every one of us has that opportunity and the freedom to improve ourselves, and if we so desire, to become better, right? Now, as I say, that desire begins from within, right? And if you have that, you're most of the way there, right? So you're going to face obstacles. If there's one thing I'm certain of, right? You're going to have obstacles that life throws at you that are beyond what you ever imagined you would have to face. You're going to have moments where you think this milestone and it's going to ruin you, and it's the end of everything that you've worked for. And I'm here to tell you it's only going to deliver the end for you if you decide that's the truth that you want to believe in. You have to take those things and let them make you into a better version of yourself, not a worse version, or don't let those things ruin you, right? Those are the things, the gifts that the universe throws to us to challenge us, because we only get what we need when we need it. And when we have those moments, everything that we face we have control of how we respond and react to those things. Nobody can take that away from us, right? No matter what anyone throws at us, no matter what people do to us, or how life goes down for us. The absolute one thing that we control that will never be taken away from us is our response. How do we choose to react and respond to this situation? What are we going to do about it? Right? And that is a skill like anything else. It takes work to develop and enhance that ability, because the challenges that draw that pain and emotion and suffering and struggling out of us, it's hard to think logically and clearly when you're feeling that pain and emotion, and it takes time. But I promise you, don't give up, and don't ever discount or disbelieve that you are in control of how you respond and where you go from the situation you're in, right? Now, when we face these tests, right, oftentimes it's the universe questioning us. How serious are we with our desires? Right? Do we really want to be better versions of ourselves? Do we just like the idea, right? Now, is it something that, we think we're supposed to do? Now, I promise you, when you find that one thing that lights you up, and and there's an obsession and you're passionate about, and it's your calling, right? Your purpose in life. There's no confusing it. Like when you realize that moment, it's there, right? And it takes time, right? I'm almost 40 years old, and it's taken me this long to find it in my life, right? And part of it, and one of the nice surprises, is really all the work that I've done on myself to get to this point. And I feel like I've improved so many things and aspects and wonder in my life. And it's just now that I feel the doors are opening for me. And things have improved immensely for me in the sense of my earning capacity, my relationship with others, finding joy and happiness and purpose in my life. And at this point today, where I am right now, the next journey is unfolding for me. And it just, it feels like all of this stuff that I've done has brought me to this moment. And now it's something that I had anticipated or planned, but didn't realize what it would feel like when it truly was there and I discovered it and uncovered it. And it'll be the same for you if you haven't yet found your thing. And it takes as long as it takes, right? The key, when you're not sure and you're trying to find what is that thing that you're going to spend your life doing, you have to keep trying different things. Get outside of your comfort zone, do lots of different activities and ideas, try different stuff, because unless you try new things, you'll never know. You might never stumble upon that thing that just lights that spark up inside of you. So when you have the desire and you push through, and you're going to face those obstacles, they're tests to see how serious, right? And when you know that thing and you're absolutely certain and obsessed, it's always enough power to get you through. It's enough energy and fuel and fire. That desire inside you will get you through any obstacle, right? We all know that, those moments when we know we should do something and we procrastinate because we're not really committed. Right, and this has been especially true in my experience, right? The things that I know I should be doing, and I don't do them, and then I push on. I think that I've got to do them. I should be doing them, and then it dawns on me that it's the thing that it doesn't matter to me, and my actions reflect that. So I know that that's not the thing, and I keep moving to find what it truly is, right? So don't be hard on yourself. This journey is one that is going to throw a lot of those tests and obstacles at you. And the last thing you need to do is be an obstacle to yourself, right? Keep a clear mind. Know what that desire is. Hold on to it with everything you've got and respond accordingly. because you know that no one can take that away from you, right? And you keep going through those struggles and the challenges and all that adversity that you face. And when you get to that moment, and this was a big one for me when this clicked, I am the master of my own destiny. And when I truly grasped that, right, when I truly understood and believed that, it was real. And it was the simplest little mind shift, right? Taking responsibility and taking ownership for everything that occurs in my life gives me back power and control, right? If you feel like your life is sort of lost and you're out of control and you're not sure and everyone's coming at you and all these things and the world is against you, all that, I promise it's not. It's just clarity, peace of mind, understanding that you're in control, right? And when you realize that and truly realize it, it's your truth and you understand it. And then when you are the master of your own destiny, the only person that can determine the outcome of your life is you, right? We are in control. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, right? You get caught up with media and conspiracy theories and this person's doing that and the government controls us. It's all bullshit. We are in control, right? When you take that and it's your truth, how can anyone stop you? You're in charge. It's your destiny. No one else is going to live it for you. No one else can deliver the outcomes that you seek because they're your outcomes and no one else's. Every other person around us is not trying to control us. They're trying to control themselves and figure out their own lives, right? Are you out there trying to control someone else's life? No, you're trying to find your own purpose and sense of wonder and joy and reason and destiny, right? That's what we're here for. We're all finding our why. Now, when you know that, the next key important step that goes past that is do the work that's required. If there's one thing I know that is just joy and rewarding and fulfilling and satisfying to the soul is doing the work, right? You know, a hard day's work where you're working doing something you hate is where all the stress in your life comes from. Right? You know the saying when people say, if you find what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, right? I believe that with all my heart. When I'm working on the things that drive me and excite me and motivate me, the things that I'm obsessed with, I don't want to sleep. It's insane, right? I have to force myself to go to sleep because I'm burning myself out because I'm so excited and there's wonder and curiosity and an inquisitive mind and just I found it, right? I found it. And all I can think about is that thing and doing that thing. And there is no work because it's not draining me, right? When I was driving trucks for 14 hours a day, it was like draining me, my emotional, turmoil of feeling like I wasn't good enough and I was physically exhausted and I couldn't, play with my kids. I'd go to work when they're asleep in bed and I'd get home and they're asleep in bed at night. It was just, that just takes from us, right? And how can we expect to have joy and be fulfilled in life when we're doing things that take away from us and our essence and who we are, right? And when you're doing these things, like when you find that thing and you're obsessed with it and you're working on it, it's almost like this, not selfish or greedy, but you just want to do it so much because it makes you feel so wonderful and you can feel it's topping you up. And you've always got to fill your own cup first, right? When you do that and you're nourished and you're fulfilled, you have more than enough abundance to give to others, right? And that's where it comes from. We cannot help others until we help ourselves first. This is some of, if not the most important work you will ever do in your life is working upon yourself. And it's not a must. It's not a nice to do. It's a must do, right? If we don't take the time to work on ourselves, we're never going to find the true sense and purpose of our lives. It's the most important work you will ever do, is that work upon yourself. I promise you, my whole world changed as soon as I started doing that work. It changed everything. It was just a revelation, right? Now, the work is the thing that makes it tangible and real and is measurable, and you can see results from your actions, right? Desire is the piece that births it, and and you're committed, you're obsessed to it. It's the work. Like I look back now over the 7 years, and the habits and traits that I've built over that time that I still do daily now, that have compounded immensely. Like I look back and realize truly how much work that I've put in, reading every single day, around an hour a day, exercising like around an hour a day, building the dream that I have, and working on this content, and building with my family and my loved ones, improving relationships, learning new skills. Everything has been it's been the work, right? Not sitting back, binge watching Netflix. I got to a point where I have a Kindle, and I take it everywhere. And if I've got 15 minutes while I'm waiting somewhere in a line, or somewhere where I have to be, and someone hasn't shown up yet, I open the book, right? Use that time. I was telling my son yesterday, my oldest son, that no matter what you do in life, it's about utilizing that time well, because every single one of us has the same 24 hours a day. No one is more advantaged than anyone else in sense of the time that they are given, right? Every day. The people that achieve wonderful and incredible and amazing things that you look at and think, how do they possibly do it? They use their time well. They're disciplined. They know what they want to do. They're committed to it. They do the work, and they're relentless. Like it's an easy formula when you know, and when someone gives you the tools, you follow the same things, and you get the same results. I promise you, right? This is what I've been doing for 7 years, and it's delivering for myself and my family, and soon to be greater, bigger community than that. The key to remember, right? Freedom is based in discipline. Every day, if you find that habit, it becomes easier, because you've started that approach, you've taken that action, and if you do something at the same time each day, day in, day out, it becomes norm. You don't even question it or find it, frustrating, or maybe at the beginning, till you're rewiring the patterns in your brain and building those neural connections and the habits and actions, and your body's responding. Then you feel odd when you don't do them. Right now, if I didn't read every day, if I didn't pick up a book at some point during the day, I would feel like I've missed an opportunity, and even if I start my day with that, right? I'll get up and I'll make a coffee, have some breakfast, and have a book. That's how I start every single day, without fail. No questions. There's nothing that will stop that happening. And if something crazy happens, like an earthquake, I'll find a way to read before I go to bed at night, right? There's very, very few days, if any at all, where anything gets in the way of making that happen. And that's because I'm committed to it, because I know the value that brings to my life, and the importance of not letting other things detract from those actions that move me forward on a daily basis. All right, so make sure freedom is based in discipline. Do the work. It's about finding those actions and repeating them, right? And I've said this on many occasions, Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is a habit, right? No one is excellent or just becomes this amazing, incredible example of peak human performance because it just happened to wake up and they were amazing. Every single person that's done anything great has worked for it, I promise you. There is no other formula. It's that simple, right? And to talk to the piece where I mentioned that we are the masters of our destiny, we're in control, right? The only the limitations that we tell ourselves can defeat us, right? That's it. If we believe we're not good enough, then we're not. If we believe we can do anything we set our mind to, what's the outcome? Right? But really believe it, not just like lip service, because it sounds good or it's some buzzword or it's trendy and people think, that's what I'm supposed to say. Believe it, own it, right? Say it every day. Tell yourself, I'm going to be the best at this. I am prepared to do the work. I am going to be the greatest, whatever, right? And it's the complete. It's complete inverse, right? If you sit there and tell yourself every day that you're not good enough and that you're never going to get anywhere in life, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can't. You owe it to yourself to never ever speak down upon yourself or about your abilities, right? You have to cheer yourself on. You have to be that person who believes in yourself, unequivocally without a single doubt. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how is anyone else supposed to, right? You've got to hold on to that and never let anyone pull that apart from you. Claw at that like your life depends upon it, because it does, right? Now, knowing that, none but ourselves can stop us. If you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself you can become, there is no other outcome, right? It's a life well spent when you are working on yourself, when you are taking this gift that we have been given called life and you are making something of it with your chance. And this is your chance. This is yours. It's your moment. Don't let anyone take that away from you, right? No one has that right. No one deserves to be able to take your power away from you. And until you take that power back and take it and own it and know that no one can take it, you're allowing others to take it from you. All right? So all of this, where has it led me, right? It has taken me from a person that had no direction. A shift occurred in my life and I lost my identity. And I had no idea who I was, what I wanted to be, where I was going. And now that I look back on it, I'm so thankful for that moment, because it was that truly freed my mind and allowed me the clean slate. And it was a gift for me to be able to start again and rewrite who I am, who I want to be, who I will become, where I am going. At the time, I was at the base of the mountain and I was so scared, because if I wasn't who I thought I was, then I was lost. But I now realize there was no lost. I was free from those constraints that I placed upon myself. And all of us have this. Right? Every single one of us can do this right now, today. Today can be that day for you. Who do you want to be? Right? Who are you going to be? Who could you become? This is what it's all about. Now, I became who I am today, and I know who I'm going to be tomorrow, and I have a vision and I see it clearer than I've ever seen in my life, and it feels balanced and aligned with my soul. And I got there because of removing everything that was unnecessary in the way that I thought, the way that I acted, how I approached things, and I reprogrammed myself with the same things I'm sharing with you. Now, I know this is the final episode, but all of the episodes are there for you to go back and listen to if you need to listen to them again. They'll always be there for you, and you can listen whenever you need that boost or to remember those tools and techniques and principles and those traits. And I'm very thankful and blessed, and I appreciate everyone that's taken something from this and spent some time with me. So for the last time, this is Wade Vincent signing off from Forever Better Academy. And I wish you nothing but success in your life. So go out and become who you are meant to be. Thank you, guys.